Hey guys, that was a great intro. I know, probably gonna crop that out, but yeah, whatever. I know this is becoming my new intro, where I'm just like, "Hey guys, I hope this is the last of my videos like this." You know, the kind of talking to you videos. But you know, it's. I genuinely believe that this is my last video like this because I just got new editing software. I'm editing like 2 or 3 videos right now. That'll be out in like a week or two from now. Editing takes a long time. I do not know why. It really should not take that long, but it does. It's weird. It's weird because you know whatever. It's not just like click a few things, type a few things, boom, it's done. It's like okay, do this and this and this and it's dumb. I don't if you haven't edited before, it doesn't make much sense, but it's weird, and I know that I sound like I'm an arrogant prick when I say that, but you know it's just it's honestly like weird, and you know I'm getting used to it. Whatever. My birthday's coming up. It is the 23rd, I believe. So in 6 days. It's also like 2 in the morning. So 2 in the morning on the 23rd, not 2 in the morning on the 24th. Because yesterday was 23rd. And I still think it's the 23rd. It's the 24th, the 23rd right now. 24th in like 24 hours from now. Or like 22 hours from now at this point. But you know whatever. But you read the title. I don't know what I'm gonna title this at this point. But whatever. So I'm gonna make this completely clear. This is gonna be about my previous relationship with my ex, and currently I'm dating this extremely beautiful girl, Rachel, and she is just so nice, the greatest person in my mind, and just she's amazing. And you know, I want to give her the world, but I just can't seem to do that, and I feel horrible for it. But you know, but uh, let me just right out of the gate. Let me tell you this. Let me just say this. Ask a rhetorical question. When you love somebody, think that they're the greatest in the world, they're so beautiful, and then they just throw you away like scraps on a plate, what do you do? And you know, you think about that and you keep thinking, and then you just become depressed and don't sleep or sleep too much. And here you are awake at 2 in the morning, and just thinking, you know, not really thinking about much in particular, just thinking. You know, Rachel went to sleep 5 or so hours ago. Just been awake thinking about, you know, horrible, horrible things. Like, this is another topic I want to touch. I want to touch on. I know full well that I did not mess up my previous relationship. I know full well that it was not my fault. But I keep thinking, and I can't stop thinking about what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? And it's not so like, oh, I want to get back with her. What did I do wrong so I can get back with her? It's what did I do wrong so my current relationship doesn't turn out like that one? Because I really want things with Rachel to work out, and it's you keep thinking about this and you keep thinking about this, and then because you know she says all these things like, oh, you didn't give me enough attention. She calls me uh, words that are not going to be allowed on this very kid-friendly channel. Definitely not posting videos of video games of murdering people or Wii Sports Golf speedruns, which are very kid-friendly, I swear. Nothing happening in Wii Golf. But, what was I talking about? Wii Golf, yeah. She called me words, and, it's just, when you hear them enough, when she tells all her friends these, and then I hear it from them, and, you just begin to believe them, that you're this piece of trash, and that you deserve nothing, and that you're just gonna be thrown away by everybody, and then you begin to fear that, and then you begin to become afraid of everybody, because I don't want to talk to you if you're just going to throw me away. So you begin to push these people away, and then you just seem irritated all the time, and then people don't really want to hang out with you because you don't want to hang out with them at this point, because they're just gonna throw you away. What's the point of being friends with them if they're just gonna throw you away like nothing? And when you begin thinking about that, you can't stop thinking like that, and then it's just this endless cycle of just self-loathing because you believe her. Because in your mind, she's awesome. She's the greatest person. So she must be right on this, right? And then, what's funny about this is that my brother helped me a lot, because he said, you know what you do? You know what you do? You go back to school jacked. Just work out constantly. And I've been working out. You can't see it really because it's like, but like, I've been working out. I've been working out a little bit. It's just I'm not jacked, but I got some muscle over the summer. Well, not really over the summer, just kind of as things were going. Just been going. I haven't been really keeping it up recently, but I really should. But which is what really helped me, because I was always thinking I need to do this because I need to show her up, you know? And then I don't know if Charlie knew this or what, but what he ended up making me realize is that I was doing this for me. I was doing this not for her, not to make her jealous or whatnot, but to, not to spite her or anything, but to do this for me and become a better person without her. And I realized that I am not those things that she told me. She was a lying prick. And she can go on and be in her relationship with my best friend that started over text and is definitely going to be fulfilled, and they're going to be married and be happily ever after and not break up in like a month. But it is what it is. But you know no hate towards Clay. Clay's still my best friend, dude. I mean, such a great guy. And literally no hate towards him, because he's just, because, Sav told everyone that we broke up at that point. So he broke bro code, but, it's fine. And in this relationship with Rachel, when she tells me that, oh, I'm so cute, I'm so awesome, I'm the greatest person ever, I don't believe her a single bit, because even with me working out, even with this huge self-esteem boost, I still think that I'm just this nobody. I'm just this insignificant speck of dust, just kind of going around school and whatnot. And she sees me as this amazing dude, and am constantly in fear of letting her down, and I cannot live with myself if I do that. And it's just, I'm so happier with her, and it is, I mean, I was this close to just giving up on everything, and she just appeared at school one day, being the cutest girl ever, and fun fact, she dated Caden for, Caden, the guy that I gave the old one to, and made him run away from only 2 punches. Yeah, kind of a big deal. She dated him for a little while, like literally 4 days, and that's kind of funny. But she he broke up with her because she was too innocent, which is kind of weird. He's a total creep towards her, and then after we were dating for like 2 or 3 weeks, he was being like really creepy towards her, and I confronted him about it, and then he just like removed her out of his life, and that was weird because I confronted him about. I don't want to get into specifics, but after I confronted him, right? Uh, this is such a funny story. This is what the video is about now. After if you're this far, I doubt you've made it this far, but after I confronted him about it, it's like, okay, so night before, he's talking to Rachel. I don't like it. He's trying to FaceTime her and everything, saying he's all lonely and whatnot. And he's like, I'll give you $5 for toe pics. I'll suck your toes. And sending her like shirtless pictures of him unsolicited. And it's super weird and, like being extremely creepy towards her with other things that I cannot say because I'm afraid my channel might be taken down. Just really vulgar, creepy things to say to a 14-year-old. Because he's like 15 at this point. He's been 15 since like May. I think his birthday's in May. I don't know. I missed it for obvious reasons. But, so I confront him about it in front of, like everybody in class. And I mean, put a brick wall in between us, the dude. And he just completely ignored me. And then he got mad at Rachel for it. He got mad at her for it. I'm like, dude, don't hurt the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. What's the saying? I'm pretty sure it's don't shoot the messenger. I'm pretty sure that's how the saying goes. But whatever. Don't get mad at her for it. Because like, then she's like, oh, because she really kind of didn't want me to confront him about it. And because, she doesn't really like drama and whatnot. But I can't just let some scumbag prick do that to Rachel. Because Rachel, oh my god, she's literally perfect. I mean, I'm putting her up on a pedestal just like my last relationship. And if it goes down, I'm gonna probably die. Figuratively and probably physically. But whatever. Anyway, uh, afterwards, that was second hour. Third hour, driver's ed, sleep through that class because our teacher's a mob boss and he doesn't really care that much, which is okay by my standards because that's just like a nap hour. And in high school, you really need a nap because high school is like, it's not really that much harder, but it's a new environment. I don't do that good in new environments. And turns out during at lunch, I sit down with my friends. We finish eating. We head outside, eat it, and sit at the picnic tables and whatnot. I'm sitting there with Rachel. We're happy. And then it's like just about to end, and my bag's over there, and I'm like, "Oh, hey, let's go." And I go to reach my bag, and then Mr. Poteet, our principal, is like, "Hey Ronnie, come over here." And I'm like, "Oh, that's kind of strange." And so I go over there, and we go into his office and whatever. And Caden, I was kind of like struggling to say his name for a second because I was like, did I say his name already? Was I trying to hide his name? Because I'm really bad with that. I'm pretty sure I've like screwed up in past videos, but this is a really long video, Jesus. But turns out Caden wrote an entire like front and back note. Like he spent more effort on that than he has ever in his school life. And it's just about how I harassed him online with multiple accounts. AKA, I tried to reason with him on my meme account and my personal account, and that was it. And how I told him to kill himself and made fun of him for being poor, which I may have been like, dude, you live in a double wide, you have no opinion, and then laughed it off like, ah, just kidding, as a joke. As a joke. Just because you live in a below average living situation does not mean you have any less opinion than me. I feel like people know that. But he is like, oh, he's like, and I completely outed him for sexually harassing Rachel, and nothing happens. He doesn't get in trouble. I don't get in trouble, which is fine by me. But like, you don't just sexually harass a girl and get away with it. And recently, I got suspended for a day over some really dumb stuff of sexual harassment. That sounds bad, but I sent an email to a teacher on a different account that said balls, and I got suspended for it, even though I didn't send it. I didn't send it. I wrote it out. I was like, haha. I went to go delete it, and then someone else sent it, and then I outed that other guy for sending it, and that he doesn't get in trouble. They bring him in and everything. He admits to it, and he completely throws me under the bus. And then he doesn't get in trouble, but I get suspended. There's a thing called detention, guy. But whatever. They were flaunting the fact that they could give me a 5-day suspension and the police referral, which was weird. And I knew that they weren't going to do that because they were like, listen, you're being honest. You could have let this drag out way longer than it has. They were really stand up dudes. But I sent balls to a teacher that I don't even go to class with. And I get suspended, but I have proof of him sexually harassing another student and nothing happens? I don't know. It's dumb, and I outed the letter as being complete BS, but they did nothing about that either. This is a long video. I'm sorry. I talk slow and I'm really dumb, but whatever. Don't manipulate people. Don't do it. It's bad because they'll end up either offing themselves or continuing to think that they're a piece of complete garbage for the rest of their life or for the very, very extended period of time. That's horrible. It makes you want to dig a very deep hole, jump into it, and bury yourself, and then stay there forever because it's way better than what's out there. It's hard just having that done for you, done to you. Because, like, imagine just like your mom, for example, raised you. You look up to her. She's a great person in your eyes, and then she's like, okay, get out of my house. And you're just out on the streets. That's a weird example and probably a wrong one, but I don't care. This is the end of the video. Bye. Love you guys.